Hello everyone. Today is a special day. Um, today, I've noticed, um, I had this idea, you see. I had this idea. I was like, what if, oh, say, Germany, yes, Germany, got involved somehow for the hunt for that one teenager, Colton Harris Moore. Yeah, I was like, gee. I was like, wow. The World War I German Navy and the combined remnants of the World War II era German Navy with the Air Force under the command of a brand new Kaiser. I was like, gee. I could do a versus series, Jesse James versus the FBI of today and so forth. So I was like, ah. And since battleships are my favorite thing, today we are looking at a Mackensen class battle cruiser. Although it's considered a battleship, for World War I standards, it's considered a battle cruiser due to its high speed and relatively small armament guns. So we'll just pretend this vessel was built, sadly, because it never was. Germany thought U-boats were better, and they are. But, I like this ship that I'm looking at, so we'll just imagine what Germany would have done. And, as I speak, we will get to see what the Mackensen can do in the background. So, needless to say, we know who Colton is, and we realize that AA defense is a really good idea. So, given the fact I know a bit of background about Germany when it comes to their navy, it's very likely that there'd be first a blockade of destroyers. But there will be battle cruisers, because a proper blockade requires an actual big ship that can, with some size and length, to block and make sure no one gets through. And we'll just know that these vessels do in fact have AA defense for the game purposes. And sadly, there's no carrier. That's a shame. These vessels' maximum speed of 28 knots for World War I was especially advanced for the time. It's very likely that Germany would have sent Dörflinger, Mackensen, Prince Eitel Friedrich, another Mackensen-class battlecruiser, Bayern, with the United States' permission, to blockade the San Juan Islands, and with some destroyers as well of the V-170 type, and a bunch of U-boats. Oh, everyone knows the U-boats. These dangerous little submarines from the depth can strike without warning because you don't see them. That is until the invention of sonar, and it got more advanced with the ability to hear what's underwater. I don't like that sound. U-boat over there! Attack it! Yes, but needless to say, there are just some problems. These ships are slow in the beginning, and once they're up to full speed, sadly a ship a little bit smaller than it, such as a regular civilian boat, can actually outrun these things. But if you have a blockade, the German Stormtrooper Corps, you should be able to put a dent. Another thing that the Germans would likely do is have their top air aces. Why not use his own medicine against him? Yes. We can see Mackensen's powerful main battery guns. They can stop anything, even though they are 13.5 inches. Oh, look at that. A little pesky destroyer. Ooh.
Torpedoes, direct front. Torpedoes, dead ahead. Target penetrated.
Oh, I see the torpedoes. But we can assume the Germans, with their so-called technologically advanced ships, which they're not really, most other navies, like the British Royal Navy, were considered to be better. So now we get to the outlook. Well, somehow Colton's able to get around the blockade, and now he's traveling from state to state and is eventually... Oh, that's what you get for being in front of me. You get rammed.
We're hull below the waterline.
Oh yes, these ships can ram as well. So, yeah, if you're in a little boat, and it's Colton, well, you better not be in front, because ramming is the last, utmost option. And Germany is not going to take teenage delinquency lightly.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Like what happened to that ship right there. Now, some people say airplanes are better, but why do you say that when you can travel around by ocean and blast coastal defenses to pieces? Though Germany will get the head 3 steps ahead, and will in fact be able, if they can, to catch Colton by using his own medicine against him. With the combined mind of Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, and finally some other German air aces, and with a screening of a lot of destroyers, battle cruisers, U-boats, and battleships, and the 2 most famous ships of Germany's World War II and World War I ships, the Bayern and the Baden, and finally the twins of terror, the Bismarck and the Tirpitz. Oh, let's not forget the Scharnhorst and Gneisenau as well. The 4 ships, Bismarck, Tirpitz, Scharnhorst, and Gneisenau, are very fast. They can all travel at a top speed of 30 knots, not 33 knots. It's sad, but 30 knots can get you lots of places. It's pitch black, early morning hours of July the 11th, 2010. The Germans are intercepting a boat they believe to be having Colton in it, and it is. The plan is very simple. Have the Bismarck directly in front of him, and when he's not looking, the Bismarck will block him in and cause him to run into the side of the ship. So far, the plan's going to, as according to, well, as it's meant to be, and as a result, not only do the Germans succeed, but the Bismarck is ever successful. Who says the Bismarck can't be successful? Well, the British Royal Navy when they sank it. More like the Germans scuttled it. Don't tell the British Royal Navy I said that. Bismarck was scuttled. I know so. Believe me, James Cameron believes it too. But anyways, with the Bismarck and the Tirpitz, if you're the person in that little boat, being Colton, you have 2 options. You can A, surrender, or B, get a 380mm 15-inch shell up your ass. Yeah, those are your decisions. And Bismarck is a giant 823 feet in length beast of steel. Look at that thickness. Sounds creepy, but I do like my battleships. But other than that, well, the Bismarck has successfully stopped Colton. Although he took flight and, well, ended up in the arms of the captain, who was standing on deck enjoying a cup of tea. Yeah. Let's just say Colton got hurt. Not that badly, but, well, when you run face to face with the Bismarck, sadly, some people tend to be scarred for life. Ask the crew of the HMS Hood. They will tell you what that's like. If there are people who have the ability to speak to ghosts.
All forces, capture that
But
area.
needless to say, the Bismarck, although she's getting up to a speed of 31.4 knots, well, 5 knots, this is just sea trials. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, but besides congratulating the U-boats and the Germans and the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, and the German air ace Manfred von Richthofen for coming back from the dead and capturing a little teenage delinquent who needs a lesson in two as to why you don't screw with the Bismarck. Because the Bismarck, even in death, will always win. As the Nagato is about to learn. Or not.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Nagato will learn. Nagato learns defeat because it knows what defeat is like. That Japanese battleship knows defeat. And, yeah. Come on. You just watched the Bismarck stop a teenager in a boat. And, yeah. Or at least you heard about it. From this guy who loves his battleships.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Our team has taken the lead.
Viva Nito. But yes, that will pretty much be it for today's video. I can't really come up with anything else. But besides the fact, in my opinion, some German ships are superior.
Enemy battleship detected.
And Manfred von Richthofen will never be forgotten when it comes to World War I history as being the best ace of all time. And Italian ships are crap. Hello, Vanguard. Are you ready to join the Hood? Yes, you are. You're a misunderstood ship. And it's time to send you to where you belong, at the bottom of the ocean. But yes, besides that, that'll be the end of today's video. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy a little naval history from me and stuff I know. But other than that, Missouri would like to have a nice... I want you to all look at the Missouri while the outro plays and it slowly turns in circles. Missouri, everyone, is a blues fan, and today's video was, well, it wasn't really sponsored by World Warships, but I wish it was. place where you can not only, you airplane people, can have fun with playing as an aircraft carrier. I don't know why anyone would, because that just seems boring. Or you can get all this Forge metal and get the Missouri. Sadly, I don't have it, because Forge is, well, a bit hard to attain, which is a shame. This is the Missouri we're talking about, the very ship that the Japanese surrendered aboard. So I will see you all next video, and let's go blues, because October is coming, people. And I can't wait for them to smack up Seattle a couple more times, and some other teams. Yes, Avalanche, we're talking about you. Yeah. Bruins, you too. We're gonna get you too, Canucks. Blackhawks, and the rest of these other teams who are wannabes. Seattle, you too, especially. We're gonna smack you up so hard. Yeah. You ain't even gonna see the cup. Never will. It's the Missouri, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. And USS Missouri says, let's go Blues. Seattle stinks like fish, rotting, moldy, dead fish. Goodbye, everyone. See you next video. Germany versus Colton. Who would have thought it? The German Navy and their Air Force. Yeah, sorry, you're not going to win there, bub. Especially when the Bismarck comes in and says no and smacks you. Ha ha ha. No one can beat the Bismarck.